Hey everybody, it's me, Michael. I'm out at my storage space because I felt that that was the place that I would get the primo ability to not be interrupted by neighbors or have loud screaming or just not look like I was in my closet in my apartment. So I'm doing a video today on my TomaHawk mod. I'm adding I did some modifications to it to help protect it from the elements and when I use it, and to just in general make it look cool. So I appreciate you watching, and let's get started. Say the chicken is just about ready to set aside. I had to adjust my chicken bean. Alright, so on that here are the holes. Welcome back. Today's video is just going to be a short one on this modification that I'm going to do to my TomaHawk. I wasn't really thinking when I started, and you'll see from the other pictures that I've changed this part a little bit. I coated this. I have some black paint and some other paint on here to basically try to make sure that it doesn't rust as quickly, because I know it's going to be out in the weather. So I coated this with black paint, so to give it a little bit more appeal, and then I got the original metallic edge back down, so that would give it a little nice effect. Now the next thing that I want to do is I'm going to make with this leather here that I got, I am going to make a protector to protect the handle on here. And I will put a picture of why I'm putting that in there, and I will give you the explanation now. So when you are chopping wood, a lot of times you, in an effort to not hit your feet when you're chopping, or hit just, you know, overstriking or whatever, you will swing the axe and you will actually hit the face of the axe on the wood itself that you're striking, and over time this will create a stress point in the handle that when one time you swing the axe, it breaks the handle, and then you have to replace the handle altogether. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a little cushion by taking this piece of leather that I have and fashioning it so that it protects a portion of the handle on here, and that is going to make it so that if there's an overstrike, it is not going to impact the handle or damage the handle, at least not quite as quickly as it probably normally would, were the handle just barren and it was hit like this at full speed, full strength onto the hit. So the tools that I have, you should have seen the original picture of the tools that I'll be using. I've got my scissors to cut this leather, obviously. I've got a little straight edge here that I can use to make sure that I have this cut to the right size and strength. And I've got a hole punch that I'm going to use to punch the holes in. All of these tools and things that I'm using are readily available to anybody at any time via the internet, obviously. But in any event, I got this at a Hobby Lobby or Michael's. I don't know what they have where you are, but it's a hobby store where they have different tools and things for people doing anything from painting to building models to working with leather, etc., etc. But I'm just going to make a simple little cover for this. The leather itself actually is a Amazon thing that I went on scrap leather for leather working or whatever, and then it was like $16 after tax, something like that. It wasn't that expensive. And then the last thing that I have is a shoelace, and this is obviously going to be the thing that once we get this cut and we get it mounted onto this piece here, we're gonna kind of like use this to lace it up like you would lacing up a boot on the back side of this thing there. So with all that said and everything put out there, let's get started. So set that aside over there. I'm going to set this down here. Now, in preparation for doing this, anybody who's watched me for any amount of time knows that I'm just a real guy. I 9 times out of 10, the planning that goes into this is probably just like, oh, I think I should do this. Or I start to do something and I say, oh, I should film it for YouTube. So I apologize if that bugs you, but as they say, if you don't like it, you don't have to watch. I'm not everyone's cup of tea. So I got my straight edge, and then I made a couple of tries in an effort to try to figure out how I was going to do this. I know it's not like an incredibly difficult thing to do, but I wanted to see how it would go. And like I said, I've made a couple attempts at filming this, and anybody again who watches me knows that I'm brand new to this and I've had some technical issues that I'm working through, and hopefully I'm using the new camera for one of these things on this camera that way to try to make it so that I can kind of overcome those things. The audio has been an ongoing thing, and I'm working on it. I'm hoping that the way that I'm doing this now is going to kind of alleviate that, but I digress. So I started off by making a little one of these just kind of to get an idea of what it was, but I'm going to use this kind of as a template because I know that this is about how long this is going to have to be. Now you can see this handle kind of tapers just a little bit, so I'm going to make it a little bit narrower than this one is, and then the strike point, the hatchet part will be over here, and then this side over here will be the lace part. Either that or I'll turn it to the side. One of the two, probably, I don't know, thinking about it now, probably turn it to the side, because that's going to provide, if I'm hitting a stake or something with the hammer portion of the tomahawk, I won't mess things up. But I'm going to set this down here, and I'm going to set this down here, and now we're going to work with this leather. Now I figure I have to have at least that much of that. Now I know, because I was working with the straight edge before, that this is a straight edge because I already did that. So I'm just going to take this scissor and I'm going to kind of mark that. You should be able to see that on there. I originally used like a pencil before, but well, I am filming this at my storage shack, shed, facility, garage, whatever you want to call it, and I did not bring a pencil, so this is the next best thing. I cleaned up my storage garage, which I've been meaning to do for quite some time, so thank you for that. You gave me the opportunity and the motivation to do that. yes, I am smack dab in the heart of the suburbs. And if you haven't discovered it already, you'll find my frustration with that in probably upcoming videos, if not videos you've already seen, depending on where I am in the editing process. Yada, yada, yada. So, we got a nice square piece of this guy here. I apologize for the background noise of the motorcycles. That's what the whole love of the suburbs stuff is, but I love where I live. Don't get me wrong. But where I live is right in a really like kind of, it's kind of like a summer area. So it's like, in the past, a lot of people had summer homes here. They would come here from the city, and it was their place to get away from life in the city, because it was kind of like kind of the country, and they would come up here, and this is where they had their snowmobiles and their dirt bikes. And then it's kind of since then grown up, and so now it is like, well, it is like summertime now, so it's a really like populated area right now, and everybody here is here on the summer dime, trying to like enjoy as much of the summer as they can before the snow flies, before the winter comes back again. So, and then in the winter time they just pull their snowmobiles out, so you really can't avoid all the recreational vehicles here. So now I've got that made there. Now I need to make the holes, which I'm going to use the punch. Now, in order to make sure I have the right size hole, I have taken the time to check out the size of this against the size of the punch hole on the wheel here. So I'm going to punch some holes in this thing here. Probably speed this up so you don't have to deal with it. But we're gonna go right about there. I wonder, should be able to do this. There we go. That worked out nice. Enjoy the soothing music interlude. Alright, well, there you have it. Laces on that. So, now I'm going to put the head back on this guy here. This just slides in like that, and then give it a good tap. I apologize for the loud noise. So now that's good. So now I'm going to do this. I'm going to, how do I want to do this? Let's do it like this. We'll turn it towards the the new camera. That'll give us an idea to figure out just how well the new camera works. So, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do like I would if I was lacing a pair of shoes. And I am going to feed this through here. Ruh-roh. I will speed this up through the wonders of YouTube, and you will not have to suffer through me threading this thing. Or a, 40-minute video, your choice. Although I do know how much you love my 40-minute long videos. Honestly, I think I can do that better. I'm going to sharpen this thread. Something you can't do with cotton. There we go. Nice and sharp. Okay. Bam. Let's see if this helps any. Uh-oh. Ruh-roh. Let's resharpen this one. I suppose that makes a good argument for making sure you got too much string, way more than you need. Imagine how I would be dealing with this if I had gotten just barely enough string. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say there would be lots of swearing. And, you know, for all you know, that's already happened. All right. Makes me wish I had a lot more. Okay. It's like it's getting better the closer I get to the bottom. Maybe I just need to tighten it more at the top. Could be. All right. Over that, down there. All right. Now, let's do this. So, I'm going to tighten it from the bottom. That's that one. And that's that one. Oh, that's got to be this one then. All right. Needed something sharp and pointy. Get in there and get a hold of those laces. I'm going to take that. Go around that way. Well, I don't know what other knot to use. I'm just gonna kind of go around here and I'm gonna do a regular crossover knot. Uh-oh. If you know what knot would have been a better knot to use, just leave it in the comments. I would appreciate it. But that's nice. It's nice and tight. It's off to the side. It's got a nice lace on it there, I think. Let's turn it around here so you can see it. So, it's not bad. And there it is. It's not too bad. I'm just going to cut this excess off of here. And I think I'm probably going to try soaking this because I believe that my dad or someone used to say that if you soak leather, you know, if you get it wet, when it dries, it shrinks. So with any amount of luck, that will shrink down to size. So, well, there you have it. Now, when I swing this thing down, if I miss and I hit, you know, here, or I am hammering something, now we're going to be protected from overstriking. So no matter where you go, there you are. So again, this is just a short one, so that that way, you know, I can kill two birds with one stone. I can get something that you guys might be interested in watching, and I can get this tomahawk of mine protected from me swinging a little bit too zealously at something and missing. But once again, as always, if you found this video interesting, or any of the videos that I do interesting, I would really appreciate it if you would subscribe. It's fast, it's easy, it's fun to do, it doesn't cost you a dime. I really appreciate it. And like my videos, and as soon as I get the ability to put some links to some of the stuff, if you're interested in getting some of the stuff that I have, I'm just still trying to figure that out, as far as like being able, I see other people going, oh, I put a link in it, so I'm trying to figure out how to do that. And again, I'm just starting, so I appreciate your patience, but thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.